Hello, and welcome to our blog series. We're talking about how we can help make your business great again. And we're following the NUMMI story, which is they went from the worst to the worst to the best to the best. And how did they do that? And how could we help you? The story is truly amazing. And what helped them achieve this award was installing the Toyota production system, or what we call lean. So maybe this story will help you and your team become the best of the best. My name is Ben Root, and I'm a senior lean consultant with the Lean Learning Academy. I appreciate you joining us for this blog on how to make your business great again. We hope the blog will stir some thoughts and ideas that will help you on your lean journey. If you have questions or would like to talk about how we can help you with your lean activity, visit our website at theleanlearningacademy.com. But now we're going to continue with the NUMMI story. This is the third blog we've had talking about NUMMI. It was such a fascinating story, and there's so much to tell and so much to learn from that. So we thought we'd go on a little bit further. At NUMMI, many of our former General Motors employees who are now working for NUMMI were in their late 50s, and they'd worked at that one job in front of them for over 30 years. Now at NUMMI, Toyota was challenging us with the job of turning these employees into trainers of the Toyota production system. This was a mixed bag of employees, many of whom used to have daily fights with management and with each other. They were not your typical teachers. In fact, we used to joke about the fact that some of them needed to go through charm school before they could stand in front of the class and represent NUMMI. For some of these students, learning to say a sentence without using a swear word was a challenge. Most of our students learning to be trainers had a great sense of humor, and they could hold the attention of the audience much more than I ever could do. They had some amazing stories to tell, and the delivery just needed a little polishing up. But the big story I'm getting to is that because these employees had such valuable ideas about the production system, about making improvements and improving quality, an instructor coming from a different background could only stand back in amazement as these new teachers grabbed the attention of the class and got their points across using language that the students understood. This gets us back to today's theme for the blog, from troublemaker to innovative leaders. Actually, these new teachers were already innovative leaders. They just needed to learn to drop the trouble part. Perhaps your most thoughtful employees are labeled as troublemakers. In traditional management structures, this happens more often than you'd think. And yet these same troublemakers can be your greatest asset in creating a lean manufacturing culture. At the old GM plant in Fremont, California, because of the poor performance, high cost, and low productivity, 7,000 plus employees and managers were thought of as losers. Future employers looked upon these employees and managers as troublemakers, and they were very cautious about hiring them. But the amazing part of the story is that when NUMMI was formed, it hired back 80% of those same employees and managers, the troublemakers. In a very short time, those losers created the best of the best automobile plants in the world. The secret? Take your eyes off each other and concentrate on Toyota's principles that can help make you great again. Both the leaders and the students or employees needed to undergo a change to get away from the manager-worker animosity. The managers needed to learn a style of management that was less confrontational, and the employees needed to work with management rather than against them. They learn to transform from a conventional command and control structure into a dynamic improvement-driven organization. One method used to break down this animosity was to train the managers to be teachers. That meant that the team leader, usually a leader from 5 to 7 employees, needed to learn to train his or her team members. And he or she became responsible for the quality of the work they did. The group leaders, the leader of from 5 to 6 teams, would be responsible for training their team leaders. And the expectation was to develop every employee at NUMMI to their fullest potential. As teachers, they needed good communication and teaching skills, but they also needed to know how to do the job so that they could train each other on how to do their job. And they needed to learn to respect for each other. One thing that was happening during this time is the employees took their eyes off of each other and they began to concentrate on how to teach other to do the work and make a quality product. And that was really the beginning of the continuous improvement environment. What happens when there is no training? So, what happens when there is no training? Well, new employees do not learn their jobs. They may be confused or uncertain. They're doing the best they can. And another one is accidents happen. The number of accidents could be prevented is amazing. And just hanging a work safety sign is not training. Who's supposed to train the new person? Another one is just machine breakdowns caused by people not being trained to use the machine properly or knowing how to maintain the machine properly. Employees need to be taught what to look for and what to listen for, what to do if they see something is not right. And the last one is employees are just confused. They may not know what to ask. They're too embarrassed that they're new. And so they don't ask. They just stumble through. And then that could be your next trainer. And yet nobody trained them how to do their work. So, how do we at the Lean Learning Academy address this issue? Well, rather than offering a list of courses, we listen to our students, our team of students, about the challenges they're facing in their work. Problems are often about high cost or poor quality. Sometimes there's safety issues or low production. This could lead us into a course such as lean job instruction. But what we want are the needs of the clients to drive our training. Rather than just train for training's sake, we would like to learn about the client's needs and the goals they're trying to reach. And we'd rather focus on improving an entire process when possible, rather than teaching just one course. This leads to a planning phase where our lean coaches and leaders from the company and students can set real goals and targets to be met during the challenge. From this point on, the length of the training or the time of the training will be determined by the size or project and number of students involved. The Lean Challenge is a subscription course, and every 3 months you can resubscribe and you can go to your own pace and work through it as slow or as fast as you like. You can learn more about it by visiting our website, and I'll put our address on the next slide. I've actually listed 2 addresses here. One is for the Lean Learning Academy, and you can learn all about many of the resources we have to help you with Lean. Or you can learn about the Lean Challenge, and that's the program that I've been talking to you about. And I think it's a great one. It's led by Lean coaches online, so you save a tremendous amount of consulting expense and travel expense. So take a look, see what you think, and we'll see you again next week for our next blog. Bye for now.